warning right before I do. But I will be sounding this whistle from time to time throughout the entire cruise, so if it should bother you, especially if the whistle bothers your small children. It's right up here, above your head if you're on the third deck here with me.
Here, grab this.
Might be a good idea to move to a lower deck where the whistle's not quite as loud. Goes that whistle 3 times. Steamboat Company's Minne-Ha-Ha. We'll start the trip here, doing our 1 hour cruise, and because we're off to the right, we'll see the reconstruction of Minne-Ha-Ha. Today's report is 1755, that's the way to Nelson on British. And of course, the reconstruction on the first several years ago, you can refer to the record. The exact specifications. And we'll talk a little bit more about what we're doing at the moment. And then, of course, we have the steel pier. Very southern Lake George, headquarters of the Lake George Steamboat Company. And moving to here, we have the Lac Saint-Clement, Lake of the Blessed Seven. Now, you may know, given this body of water, by the very first European cruise, the French ship originated in panoramic views. He called this Lake the Lake of the Blessed Seven, and it now serves the largest ship in our fleet. 190 feet long and 40 feet wide. The four decks are capable of carrying nearly 1,200 passengers, with sound facilities for about 400. And she's currently making preparations to set sail on her 2-hour dinner cruise, which means to clear 6:30 each evening. And the safety firm is still our electric vehicles until any ship. Minne-Ha-Ha is still right here on Lake George, the members of the Upstate Steamboat Company. He's christened on July 30th, 1969. Minne-Ha-Ha was singing her longboat poem, the song of Hiawatha. In that poem, Minne-Ha-Ha was Hiawatha's wife. And nothing less. This boat is 137 feet in length, and about 30 feet across her beam. Weighs about 300 tons. And an amazingly shallow draft of just 3.5 feet. Now, that big red paddlewheel is back in the boat. That's not the show folks. It is actually paddling through the water, and it's powered by steam. And steam is created by big boilers underneath, you know? Fuel, diesel, and the two on window, actually. We would pass over the coal or fire that used to fuel the flame. The flame heats up the water, creates the steam powers two horizontally in opposite directions. Crank the paddle down to the through the water. Itself, you can do so on the starboard side or right-hand side of the first deck. There is a chained off observation area down there. It's not going to be the afternoon. A good friend Rocky Rose is down there. He's our chief engineer on David Street. He's not going to get in touch with Minne-Ha-Ha. There's nobody on the planet that knows this boat better than we. As you can see, folks, we're going to begin our cruise this afternoon along the eastern shore. And this eastern shore of southern Lake George is mostly residential. We're going to have some very attractive homes and boathouses along the eastern shore here. We will make our turn somewhere near Plum Point and then head back to the steel pier following the western shore. Now, we will be spending 1 hour out here on Lake George, but you will see just a small portion of the lake. And that is because Lake George is 32 miles long. And the Minne-Ha-Ha is kind of slow. 32 miles long, 3 miles wide at its widest point. Lake George reaches depth. The waters of this lake flow northward toward the town of Ticonderoga. Native American word, which means the land between the two waters. You see, the village of Ticonderoga sits directly between Lake George and Lake Champlain. And once the waters of Lake George reach Ticonderoga, they empty into a series of rapids and falls known as La Chute. That La Chute River cascades its way down through the town of Ticonderoga before entering into Lake Champlain, descending a total elevation of 210 feet. That's right, folks. Lake George sits 210 feet higher than Lake Champlain does. That's actually higher than the vertical drop in Niagara Falls. No navigable inlets or outlets to this lake. Lake George is landlocked. It's not a river-fed system. It's fed mostly by underground springs, small streams.
Wait, I just saw a flag up
I see a river.
No, they just...
Why the water's so clean and clear. Also, why when Thomas Jefferson first laid eyes upon this body of water, in a letter to his daughter, he wrote that Lake George was indeed the queen of the American lake.
really sure. So we get
I can't swim that well.
I stayed in one of these houses.
Does the weight level get higher? They're built up.
He built buildings up to the right here. These old Victorian homes, as well as this big red boathouse that we're approaching. This is all part of Camp Minne-Ha-Ha. Another Native American term. It means the eternal spirit in women. You see, this camp was established in 1903 by Mary Fuller. Mary was a prominent feminist of the day, and she started this camp so that the ladies of the garment industry wanted them to have a place to escape the toils of the sweatshops of the tournaments. Mary did a fine job at Minne-Ha-Ha.
What?
Did so well, in fact, that it's still in operation today. And it still caters almost exclusively to women. The months of June and July, no man is allowed on the grounds of Minne-Ha-Ha unless he's accompanied by and has permission from a lady. In the month of August, no men at all. Except for old Joe, who's been a caretaker here for 27 years. Other than that, no men. You never sound our whistles, say hi.
Where you got your body? Nope, that's a girl's room.
I wonder if I'll recognize the place I stayed at.
This boat's only going, was it near Lake Shore? Or, I mean, sorry, near like the city, the town. Because we're only going up to like the church.
Do I take a ride? Do I take a ride over there?
Like drive.
Yeah, this way. And there's this place.
These forests are nice.
I want that.
That's gotta be nice to be there. Go there. It's like a house, right?
Yeah.
Should I go on Zillow?
It's a holding tank.
Kind of looks like that place.
I'll take any of these.
I think it looked like that. I don't think it's that place, but it looked like that place.
Oh wait,
Yeah. There's a ranch. I don't think it had, I mean, they could have built something. This bed was like 15 years old. I don't know. Maybe 20 years.
That's still not that long ago. It's still like 2005. You were like my age when you stayed.
If you're watching this video, we're just having on Lake George. It's beautiful. So this side, we're on the east side right now. We're looking at the east side of the lake, and this is where, not the resort, obviously. This is where people own homes and camps, and it's gorgeous.
What happens
There's
to
a bar over there too.
It's our second floor. What happens to the lake in winter?
Winter sports. Sometimes it freezes over, and there's like winter sports.
But it freezes?
It's not every winter. It has to be really cold for an extended period of time, obviously.
So it probably hasn't frozen lately. It hasn't been very
Yes.
cold to have.
What? Lately?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I read something where it has not frozen over completely, but it has in the past, and they have winter sports here, like snowmobiles, ice fishing, and like a polar bear
Oh,
club.
how deep is it?
900
Very
feet.
first came to see this lake with the Iroquois.
I am.
The Iroquois called Lake George Onondaga. The lake that shuts itself in. Then if you take a look around on this absolutely beautiful day, you'll see that this is a very accurate description of Lake George. The lake is surrounded by the foothills of the Adirondack Mountains. Shut the water in. And then on off to the right here, this is called French Mountain. French Mountain was featured in the works of James Fenimore Cooper, specifically his 1826 novel, The Last of the Mohicans.
Wow, this is where lots of the Mohicans took
In
place.
that book, James Fenimore Cooper does an excellent job describing events that took place right here on the southern end of Lake George.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
During the attack of Fort William Henry in the French-Canadian War.
What are you doing?
Great.
I'll
I
show you
have
the
for your pictures.
reconstruction.
So here we have for you guys the big photo here and over here. Also we have magnets with 4 smaller ones. And plus we have digitals here. We have the QR code you can scan and also have your photos online, guys.
1867.
How much is that for?
So it's a full package, guys. It's 38 plus tax for a whole thing.
Stationed at Fort Carillon, French outpost on Lake Champlain.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Fort Carillon, by the way, they lived on the great stone fortress Fort Ticonderoga that played a pivotal role in the American Revolution. But we're talking French Indian War. We're talking 1757.
It's tip screen
Those
if you want
French
to see some
soldiers and
tips up
Huron
there,
Indians
guys.
under the leadership of the Marquis de Montcalm
You can just step over here.
tracked their way across what is now Ticonderoga.
Yeah.
Found Lake
Alright, 1 second, I'll
George,
back for
headed
you then.
south and under the cover of darkness attacked by William Henry and burned to the ground. Killed many of its defenders and later became known as the Fort William Henry Massacre.
Oh, this is going to be tough.
And all that happened right here on the southern end of Lake George. And as I said, would later become the backdrop to Cooper's novel, The Last of the Mohicans.
Pictures.
Great.
Thank you. Enjoy the place, guys. Have a good day.
Thank you.
We look good.
What?
We look good. This is Pop Quiz album cover.
Is it all the same picture?
Yeah. We have little frames.
Can we see this for the...
I mainly got it because my teeth look really good. Look how my teeth look. I was like, how can I? We have digital images where we can probably cut us out and put us wherever we want to. We're good at one of this or that.
this undeveloped shoreline here, as well as this big white boathouse right in the middle. This is all part of St. Mary's on the lake. St. Mary's is one of the tallest spots in New York City. They've been sending their seminarians here on summer retreats for a very, very long time. They've been coming right to the spot, Lake George, since 1867. Now we're going to bring our bell over here. We pass by St. Mary's.
The church.
Where's the church? That's the church.
That's the dock for the church.
And there's the bell
You
to
can-
St. Mary's.
So the church has boat access? You can kayak over to the church?
Yeah.
And all of this undeveloped shoreline here, this is all still part of that tallest spot of the state. Gives you a good idea of what the entire lake looked like about 250 years ago. I know, we're getting close to the shoreline. No need to worry, folks. The water here drops to a depth of 110 feet straight down.
This is 90.
He said 900 feet.
Might explain why
See that spot
this
right there.
particular spot of the lake has been described as a great place to teach your mother-in-law how to swim.
I could. Not that I want to go hiking.
Yeah, that's kind of rude. I'm sorry for that. Try to clean things up.
So this is how the Americans beat the British, because the terrain looked like this and the British had no idea what they were doing. And the Americans had like lived here.
Yeah. Perhaps.
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 No, it's literally how they won. They did like guerrilla warfare on them from the trees. If I saw this, I would simply go home. I'd be back to England.
I wonder if it makes it a tour of this.
You took a tour
I wonder if it makes it a tour.
of the forest? Oh, walking. Sorry. I've been drinking.
Speaking of,
Do you want a drink?
There's some very attractive homes along this particular section of the Eastern Shore.
I'm going to do a walking tour of the boat once we turn around.
This is called Tumblefoot. You know the sound of the boathouse as you go through some of the actual houses themselves. And a tumbleboat there. There's a boat that enters into the lake to the left of the property there. Kind of dry right now though. It's been a very, very dry summer. And the white boathouse at home, that is called Blaylock. Blaylock is a Gaelic term which means hillside and water. And both Tumblefoot and Blaylock have won numerous awards for their architecture and landscaping. They featured in Better Homes and Gardens magazine. But yeah, these are all single-family homes along this particular section. Yeah, baby, this one.
Single family home, they said. That's a single family home. All these are single family homes. Opulence, I has it. So these are all single family homes? That's a single family home.
No.
Yep.
No. Oh, there's the single family that lives in it.
Can you adopt
We're
this?
going to swing the Minne-Ha-Ha
There's
over
money too,
here
right?
toward
That can't be.
Point and the Antigua
He said, yep,
Resort.
even that one.
One of a few commercial establishments here on the Eastern Shore.
To Zillow right now.
Because, ladies and gentlemen, the Antigua here hosts the annual pilgrimage of the Minne-Ha-Ha Fan Club. Every August, this group of folks comes out, say hi, ever since they were little. Now, I've been with the Steamboat Company for a very long time, and
$3 million.
That's it.
now all that I saw as little kids out here now have kids of their own. It is, in fact, a generational thing. Minne-Ha-Ha Fan Club.
4.8
You come out here asking us to blow the horn? One of these days, I'm just going to ride by silently and see what happens.
Not today.
Well, not today, folks. Today we will give them what they want. Here's the whistle.
That was fun.
Hey, we have a fan club. 4.81 million.
That house is 4.18 million. It doesn't seem that extravagant. All right, here goes
Off
up.
our port side. Someone with a little trick out with jet ski. Wants to show off for everybody. I know. Give a big round of applause. Give it up. Good for you, buddy. Good work.
Yeah.
I like seeing mountains. DC bothers me because there's no mountains.
Beautiful. Chairs. Should I hold it?
Oh, 1 minute. Let's go to the other side. 1 minute.
Now looking northward, you see a few of the lake's main islands. The island closest to us there, that's called Diamond Island. Named for the tiny quartz crystals found off the shores that resemble diamonds. Diamond Island is a picnic island available for public use. As are many of the islands here in Lake George. In fact, Lake George has nearly 200 islands, and all but 17 of them are owned by the state of New York and offer camping and picnic flights. Now, straight back from Diamond Island, you can see the two canoe islands. It's Gulf Canoe and Old Canoe. Those are two of the 17 that are privately owned. They're owned by the Canoe Island Lodge Association located on Diamond Island. Now, straight back from Diamond and the two canoe islands, you can just make out through the haze there that it appears the lake comes to an end in front of that mountain called Tone Mountain. And that's not even half of the point, folks. The lake, Dog Lake's to the right, well, both to the left and the right. So over to the left is Tone Mountain, it's located in Northwest Bay. And if you go to the right, it'll take you through a series of narrow channels past a big group of islands called Mother Punch. Once you navigate your way through the narrows, the lake will again open up into the northern basin. Past the town of Belton, past the town of Silver Lake, to Honey Hague, and into the town of Alexander Lake. 32 miles off of that.
we're back facing the west side of the lake, where all the hotels and resorts are.
This one?
That one has like a flag that's like taller than all the trees.
Oh wow. The horn wasn't as loud on the boat.
No, it's not. Weird.
Well, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, we have made our turn. We will now head back to the strip here following the western shore. To this western shore of southern Lake George received the nickname Millionaire's Row at the turn of the last century. Well, if you're businessmen from New York City who come to this area and buy up all the property here and build what they call their summer camps. Camps like that beautiful English Tudor style mansion over there that's called the Minne-Ha-Ha. Designed by famous American architect Sanford White. Same man that designed the original Madison Square Garden. And it was built by Royal Peabody, founder of the Brooklyn Gas and Electric Company. Minne-Ha-Ha means home on beautiful water. And just south of the Minne-Ha-Ha, these Adirondacks style log cabins coming into view here, these are called the lodges at Crest Haven. And the Crest Haven Resort sits atop land that was once owned by Adolph Ox, who was the very first publisher for the New York Times. Unfortunately, we won't be able to see his mansion. It burned to the ground many years ago, but his boathouse survived. Now the Boathouse Restaurant. And we're going to sound our whistle here. Say hello to the folks of the Boathouse. Stand by.
One of the plazas that we see off like the main road.
I don't know if we're there yet. I think we're past north.
I thought there was one that was
Yeah, these are
plazas.
these are houses.
That's like a lodge, right?
A large stone mansion up on the hill. There is the Inn at Urlo West, the fine dining restaurant and banquet hall facility. You can see all these white chairs that are set out on the front.
It's for marriages.
Like somebody had their wedding.
Look at married.
They're either, it looks like they're growing to happen.
And then they have a banquet hall.
Somebody's getting married today.
Urlo West was built by Edward Shepard. He was a local attorney from that. Very generous guy. Actually donated a lot of property to the village of Lake George so that its residents and visitors could enjoy the lake as much as he did. Free of charge. Now, Urlo West was at one point called the Sun Castle. That's back when it was the private summer home of Charles R. Wood. Charlie Wood, he was a local businessman. He set up many different businesses throughout this area, but he was probably best known as the man that started Storytown, USA in 1955.
You like that place?
Story towns get bigger and bigger into the season until it became a list today. Six Flags, great scale of splash water. Now off our port side, you see a couple of parasailing operations underway. Now, as you might imagine, ladies and gentlemen, those parasail rides are very popular here on Lake George. Okay, a nice ride about 100 feet up.
I'm gonna take a little walk.
I bet you didn't know this. One reason why those parasail rides are so popular on Lake George is because they're offered free to the public. That's right, folks, there is no charge to go in the parasail. Well, they do charge you about $85 to come down, though, but it's still a pretty good deal. Yeah, that's rude, too. Forgive me, Alex, I'm sorry.
Now, we talked a little bit earlier about how Lake George is a landlocked lake. And one reason why it's so clean and clear is because of the springs that feed it. But another reason why it's so clean and clear is because since it is landlocked, we are able to keep invasive species at bay. Any boat that is launched onto this lake must first undergo a thorough inspection to make sure it is free of any invasive species. Invasive species are non-native plant and animal species that once introduced to a body of water can rapidly multiply, greatly threatening the beauty and the health of the lake. Plant species like milfoil, animals like the zebra mussel or the Asian clam, oftentimes attach themselves to the hulls of boats, and once they're in another body of water, and then once launched into Lake George, they would find their way into the waters here. We're able to keep invasive species at bay, but one particular invasive species that we cannot seem to eradicate is approaching us on the starboard side. That's right, folks, it's a pontoon boat and grass strip. Parts unknown, a tiki bar. Now, how a tiki bar is made its way into Adirondacks seems to be very popular. You can rent a boat, you can rent a cabin, you can bring your own beverages and have yourself a time. Floating bar. Go ahead and lay that. They won't remember it. Mansion on Millionaire's Nose. Let me try that again. It's been a long day. The next mansion on Millionaire's Rose, it's back there on Harmon Point. It's called Halcyon House. And Halcyon House is the estate of Charles Tuttle. Charlie Tuttle, he was a leading Republican in New York State politics many years ago. In fact, he ran for governor of New York State in 1930. Here you go. But it was a close race, so he did lose to a rather worthy opponent, Franklin Governor. Just off of Harmon Point, you'll see Tea Island. Tea Island is one of my favorite spots on this cruise. Got a stay from a large tea house that once stood out there. Favorite spot for the guests at the hotels to gather for tea. As you pass by the island, you'll notice the tea house is no longer standing. No fancy mansion out here either. Just a beautiful Adirondack inn. Sitting out on its own space. Very quiet. Secluded, private. Except for a giant steamboat that passes by sometimes. Are those gray buildings over there? The former summer home of famous American artist Georgia O'Keeffe. She was there for many years with that husband, famous photographer. When she was there, she called that place Oak Lawn.
Yeah.
What's the place called?
Where's that? Where's that? The sun?
That is called Prospect Mountain. There's a series of hiking trails that take you to the top of Prospect. There's also the full Scenic Highway, which means the Memorial Highway. The lake and surrounding areas from the top of Prospect Mountain. Yeah, we're going to get a little different view of the hotels, the motels, along what is known as the Hotel Strip of Kansas Street. And you can tell when you go to the hotels, it's like massive amounts of kayaks and canoes and paddleboards and pedals. But the hotels feature the pictures to use for free. Not only knowledge of further safety, but the knowledge of how to swim. And that's why we've got this Lake George patrol officer who were keeping them all that day. They have a hard time staying away from the most of the time the parents are over on the beach somewhere and the 10-year-olds are out here in a kayak with no life jacket, take in front of them in. So we've had to post the Lake George patrol officer here to help us make our way back to the steel pier and keep everyone safe. The Lake George patrol, why just be cool, act natural. As we pass by the hotel here, we're going to play a little tune on our calliope. That's keeps it away from the mini. We're going to set the musical instrument that is powered by the steam generated by the boat. We'll play a little tune on it. Hope that you find it entertaining. As you'll find the calliope entertaining, you sure will find it loud. Stand by.